if you do not, we're going to do a ankle over knee pose today. Can you see me? No, you can't really. And I'm going to recommend that you put your foot, here, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Come back here. Can you see me back here?
No.
Really?
See you, but can't see what you're doing.
Just the shoulders up.
Well, that's not useful, is it?
There.
Okay. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. And then you can think if you want to haul a chair or something over, or if you want to move yourself over to a couch or something. We're going to do this pose. And we're going to hold it for a while on each side. So I like to do it with my heel of this foot on a chair. You could do it against a wall, you could do it on your couch, a table, whatever. But since it's a hold for a while, I don't like to just be hanging out up here. So I've got a chair ready to pull over to my mat.
Alison, will one hand be available like to hold behind your knee if you wanted to do it that way or not?
No.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, exactly. Very good question, because normally I hold behind my knee because it often gives me a little bit better stretch in my hip, but our hands are busy today. So, hi, Karina.
Hi. Thank you so much for doing this, Alison. This is just this is another one of those special treats from France that we just can't.
Well, you're going to have even a special treat today. I hope that this works out, because because we're doing the 3 main flows and we've done them before, I don't feel like I need to go blah, 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 blah through them. So I'm going to play some music, and I tested it on Julie, and she said she could hear it. It wasn't, distracting, but she could hear it and me. And what it is, it's a piano concerto by, well, not a concerto, it's piano pieces by this Costa Rican pianist named Manuel Obregon, and he has dragged his grand piano out into the jungle, and he's playing with all the jungle sounds. So you hear birds, you hear howler monkeys. And for me, when I do, a slow yoga like yin or something to this recording, I feel like I'm doing it in the jungle. and it feels wonderful. Right. So I'm going to try and play that, but if it becomes distracting, somebody tell me and I'll turn it off, because I've never done it on Zoom. It's great in a room, but because of all the sounds, the music, the intensity going up and down, it may be distracting. I don't know. Somebody tell me. Is it 1:15? I'm going to start, because this practice lasts an hour, and you all know what we're doing essentially, so we can just move right into each thing. But I'm gonna move right along. I'm not gonna say, and you could do this on your back, because you know that already, and I'm not gonna do a lot of talking. So we're gonna start, as we usually do, with 5 minutes of kind of centering and meditative time. We have gone through in various classes the traditional Yin approach to the first 5 minutes of the class, which is the starfish scan, and the traditional Jin Shin Jyutsu approach, which is the Jin Shin Jyutsu hug. Pick your approach. And if you don't want to do either one of those, if you want to just do whatever centers you, brings you to your room, brings you inside yourself, do that for 5 minutes. I'm going to mute you all, and I'm going to start the music. But if it's problematic, somebody unmute themselves and tell me, okay?
Let's see this on.
So if you're doing the Jin Shin Jyutsu hug, let go of the hug, let your eyelids flicker open. If you're doing the yin starfish, slowly come up to sitting. And I'll show you what we're going to go through for the main central. Would somebody give me feedback on the music? Is it too loud, too soft? Can you hear me over it?
I
I
love
see
it.
thumbs up. Okay, great. Okay, the main central is circulating the energy in that oval loop between the top of our head and our pubic bone. And there are 7 different positions. We're going to do each one for 3 minutes. We're going to do them all on our backs. In the first 6 positions, our right hand is on the top of our head, and it can be just fingers, it can be your whole hand, it can be, over your back. I like to start with lots of props around me so that I can stick things under my elbow or knees or whatever. We're going to do different yin poses as we do it. The 7th pose, we take our right hand from the top of our head to our tailbone. And each of the poses, we're going to change the left hand. So come onto your back, and the first place that we're going to put our left hand is between our eyebrows on that third eye. So figure out the props you need to be on your back in butterfly. In other words, in a reclined butterfly with the soles of your feet together, your knees out to the side, and to have your right hand on the top of your head, your left hand on your third eye. If you need to tilt your head one way or the other to make it easier to keep your left hand on the third eye, just work that out so you're comfortable and you don't feel strained.
Allison, you have your right hand on your third eye.
No, I don't. I have my left hand. I might be reversed visually somehow. Now bring your knees into your chest and then let them fall over to the right for a twist. Propping your knees if you want. Probably propping your left shoulder, leaving your right hand on the top of your head, your left fingers on the tip of your nose. Roll back onto your back. Straighten your spine out on the mat. Bring your knees into your chest and roll over onto your left hip. Maybe propping those knees. Bringing your right hand back to the top of your head, the left fingers or hand to the hollow of your throat.
I'm sorry, Allison, where is the left hand?
Hollow of your throat. Roll back onto your back. Drop your feet. Straighten your spine. Extend the right leg and bring the left leg into half butterfly, propping the knee if you need to. Then right hand on top of your head, left hand on your heart center. Switch the sides of your half butterfly, extending the left leg, bringing the sole of the foot of the right leg up into the other side half butterfly, sole of the right foot on the left leg, maybe prop the right knee, right hand back to the top of your head, left hand to your belly. So we're going to do ankle over knee next. So take the time to pull the prop you're going to put the bent leg on, whether it's a chair or move yourself over to the prop. I'm going to come up and I'm going to pull my chair over here. And then I'm going to lie back down on my back. And I'm going to I'm going to bring my right foot up onto the chair, and I'm going to cross my left ankle over my right knee. I'm going to bring my right hand back to the top of my head, and I'm going to put my left hand on my pubic bone. If you need to prop anywhere, prop. Do whatever you need to do to make this a comfortable pose. And remember to set up that slow, even breath. Leave your left hand on your pubic bone. Switch the cross of your legs. So you're going to bring your left foot to your prop, your right ankle over your left knee, and then roll your right hip up a little and take your right hand, it can be palm up or palm down, to your tailbone. Now remember that the Jin Shin Jyutsu locations are not points, they're areas. So your fingers don't have to be directly on your tailbone or your pubic bone. They can be in the area of about a hand's width. So make sure that it's comfortable with these Jin Shin Jyutsu holds. So we finished the main central, and we're going to come up to sitting to do the supervisor flows, but give yourself a minute to get there. Roll out or stretch out or do whatever you need to, but bring yourself up slowly to sitting. No hurry here. Try not to use your muscles too much. You're just doing this slowly and carefully. And placing your earrings if necessary, as I am. And this is a two-part flow. And in the first part, we're going to do half butterfly on each side, sitting. I like to sit on a prop always. When I do sitting or forward bends. I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm gonna bring my right leg out. I'm gonna prop behind my knee. My shoes work perfectly for this. And then I'm gonna come into the half butterfly with my left leg. I'm gonna prop behind my knee. And my right hand is gonna come over my left shoulder. And the Jin Shin Jyutsu point is on the left side of my spine, right where my spine and my shoulder kind of come together. So I'm just going to bring my hand over my shoulder like this. My left hand, well, let me make sure I know where my left hand is. I think it's in my groin. Hang on. My left hand is, it's not, it's under my left buttock. So my right leg's extended, my left leg is bent, my right hand is at the junction of my shoulder and my neck on the left side of my spine, and my left hand is under my butt. Now, if I want to here, I can do a forward bend. I don't need to, but I kind of like including a forward bend, and I'm just gonna prop my elbow on my extended leg and let my head drop. If you want more of a prop, you can put something under your elbow. We're going to hold this for 3 minutes. If the main central flow was the biggest river on the continent of our body, it was the Nile River. It was the main river of energy. The supervisor flows are the second biggest rivers. And there's one on each side of the body. They emerge from the pubic bone and run down the front of each leg, all the way to the toes, and then up the back of the body, all the way to the head, and then they flow down the front of the body on their respective sides. Supervisor flows make sure that both sides of the body are equally supplied with energy. Come back up if you're in a forward bend. We're just going to switch sides and rearrange our props. So I'm extending my left leg. I'm putting my slipper under my left knee. I'm supporting my right knee in the half butterfly. I'm bringing my left hand to the junction between my neck and my shoulder on my right side, and I'm taking my right hand under my butt. And then I'm going to move forward into that forward bend and set up my breath. Move yourself back up. Move your legs into a butterfly, propping your knees if necessary. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to bring it back into exactly the same place on the right side of the neck. You're going to take your left hand and bring it into your groin. And if you want to move into that forward bend, you may want to put some props under your elbows or knees. Make yourself comfortable. Start to move yourself back up. You're going to stay in this full butterfly with your legs. You're just going to switch sides with your hands. So you're going to take your left hand to the back of the right side of your neck, your right hand to your groin. Adjust props if you need to. And if you're coming into a forward bend, come on in, arrange props if you need to. I'm just propping my elbow on my leg over here. I'm letting my right elbow hang out over my right knee. Move yourself back up out of this. Extend your legs, shake them out. Do anything you want to loosen up your hips or your legs from this. And our final flow is going to be on our back in relaxation pose, but I'm going to show you what the holds are first. Again, your right hand is going to be on the opposite side. And this hold, rather than being right here at the junction of your neck and your shoulder, you're going to let your hand drape over that shoulder. The point is actually right down about 2 inches below the middle of your shoulder. So about 2 inches down here. So I just drape. And your same side hand is going to be in a mudra. Your thumb is going to be on top of the ring finger. So come onto your back. Move into relaxation pose, which is knees bent, feet on the outside edges of the mat, and knees propping each other up, touching each other. If that's comfortable, if it's not, adjust. So this is the Jin Shin, the Yin pose, that I'm going to take my right hand, drape it over my left shoulder, take my left hand in that mudra, and I can put it wherever I want. And if you need some prop somewhere, do so. And we're going to hold it for 3 minutes on each side. So the mediator flows are all the tiny little rivers and streams and creeks and brooks that are going off the main central and going off the supervisor rivers flows, and they're going everywhere in your body. They're going into all the nooks and crannies, all the organs. They're taking the energy to every single point in your body. Go ahead and switch sides. Legs are the same in relaxation pose. Left hand is draped over right shoulder. Right hand is in the mudra with your thumb on top of the ring fingernail. Start to move into whatever form of Shavasana you want to do. You can stay here in relaxation. You can do legs up against the wall. You can do the regular Shavasana. It's going to be a sort of short Shavasana today because it was a long practice, but get yourself comfortable. If you did the Jin Shin Jyutsu, no, the Yin scan at the beginning, you might want to do that at the end too. Whenever you're ready, start to move your fingers and your toes. Maybe rotate your ankles or your wrists, maybe stretch or yawn. We're going to meet back up into sitting, but come up slowly. No hurry, maybe pause on one side or the other for a moment. I'm going to ask you all to unmute.
Great.
It has been an absolute pleasure doing Yin Shin Jyutsu with all of you this last 8 weeks. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Namaste.